significantly last year by almost about 28%. And we are seeing this year significant growth and bigger vessels calling our ports, which meant that the trade is happy about the development, it's happy about the efficiency, it's happy about the facilities that are available, it's happy about Ghana's safe economic environment, it's happy generally about Ghana as a center of West and Central Africa for the shipping business.
The CEO of Meridian Port Services, Mohammed Samara, on his part, expressed optimism the investment made in the facility will make the port of Tema a force to reckon with in the transshipment business, while positioning the country as a sound and solid footing for effective trading under the African Continental Free Trade Area.
The fourth berth had to come, and this will be mainly the next step that we will take to secure, first, the hub concept in Tema Port, to add capacity to cater for the AFTA, because the trade of AFTA needs infrastructure to cater for it. It needs connectivity.
The governing board of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority has paid familiarization visit to the port of Takoradi and the Keta Port project site. The visit of the governing board, led by the Honorable Isaac Osei, was to afford the reconstituted board the opportunity to learn at first hand the extent of work at the Takoradi port, which is undergoing massive transformation through various expansion projects, and to also get briefings from engineers of the authority on the Keta Port project. In Takoradi, the GPHA board was conducted around the various projects, including the liquid bulk terminal, the dry bulk terminal, and the Atlantic container terminal. The board chairman of GPHA, Honorable Isaac Osei, expressed satisfaction at the current state of works at the port.
Work done here is very, very impressive, and I can see that the contractors are doing their work. You see, GPHA's job is to make sure that the infrastructure is there. I think GPHA has done it, by working with its partners. Now it's up to the business community to take advantage, of the facilities which have been provided.
The Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Michael Luguje, said the expansion works in the port of Takoradi is indicative of the fact that GPHA is mindful of the future, hence the investment in such huge infrastructure which will transcend generations.
By this massive container terminal project that is ongoing, we are already getting a lot of interest from container shipping lines, global big players in container business, knocking at our doors, wanting to join us in partnership to be able to move a lot of volumes here. So the potential to bring the volumes is wide.
In Keta, the team called on the Omefia of the Anglo traditional area, Togbisri, and the sub-chiefs before proceeding to the project site. Togbisri assured the board of his commitment to the project and promised to lend any support required of him when the need arises. In efforts to promote road transport services in the country, Ghana's leader in the oil marketing business, Goil Company Limited, has partnered Intercity STC for the creation of a modern bus terminal in Cape Coast. The edifice will boost shuttle services across the country, particularly between Cape Coast and Kaswa to the east and Takoradi to the west, as well as promote efficient parcel delivery services. Speaking at the commissioning, Managing Director and Group CEO of Goil, Kwame Osei, indicated that the facility cost Goil 1.7 million Ghana cedis, for which STC would pay monthly rents. He said STC's continued patronage of Goil fuels for 30 years is testament to the efficiency of Goil products.
STC, if you say eduasanye, omu fuel, diesel, and you here free Goil home. Goil, a Ghana company can fuel there, and power man.
He called on the generality of the Ghanaian to show faith with the company through continued patronage of its superior products and fuels, which come at affordable rates.
Goil, you're on 95. As you slow money say, Goil, yet you're on 95 no. Your tone of the Ubia tone on 91, no, Sabuano, and your tone. Cano, and I'm saying the Pantino, would you to souls. Now, yet, yes, Goil, a Ghana for Modia. It's your tone of bomb red, you're 91 no. And no, and I hear a tone and more bomb red.
The managing director of Intercity STC, Nana Komia, said the collaboration between the two companies symbolizes the positive outcomes that could be derived from a strong relationship between state-owned enterprises.
I must also thank Goil for developing this terminal for us. It is a clear example of cooperation between state enterprises. It is an example that state enterprises can work together and make money for each other.
All right, those were some happenings in the local port and maritime industry. It's now time for us to take a look at happenings in the industry globally.
According to the latest updates from the ICC International Maritime Bureau, piracy and armed robberies of ships and their crews reached nearly a 30-year low during the first 9 months of 2021. The organization, which has been the single point of contact for the reporting of maritime piracy and armed robbery, however, is cautioning against complacency, saying efforts must continue to combat crime and highlights a few areas of increased danger. The Gulf of Guinea, which received the greatest attention in the past, is now showing strong decreases in all forms of crime. The IMB reports just 28 incidents of piracy and armed robbery in the first 9 months of 2021, in comparison to 46 for the same period in 2020. Most notably, the International Maritime Bureau says Nigeria only reported 4 incidents in the first 9 months of 2021, in comparison to 17 in 2020 and 41 in 2018. One of China's mid-sized shipbuilders, Tianjin Xingang Ship Heavy Industry, announced that it will stop all operations as of the end of October. The disbanding of the company comes despite recent resurgence in shipbuilding orders and China's overall leadership in the industry. The Shanghai International Maritime Information Research Center reported that the shipyard is shutting down for the second time in its history due to the heavy financial debt. They reported that insufficient profits from shipyard operations in recent years led to the decision to cease operations. The shipyard announced that it has discharged its labor contracts with employees and will stop all of its operations and production by the end of the month. Faced with persistent delays at the port of Savannah, 2 of the largest container shipping lines, Hapag-Lloyd and CMA CGM, announced plans to suspend calls to the U.S. fourth busiest port, with Savannah handling nearly 500,000 TEU per month and a record 5.3 million TEU. Delays have been building, creating possibly currently the largest backlog for any port in the United States.
All right, so you're welcome back. It's now time for us to zoom into our discussion proper tonight. And for some time now, you would have heard about some uneasy calm between the Ghana Union of Traders Association and their Nigerian counterparts, some Nigerian traders in Ghana. Now, the Ghanaian traders are crying because they feel that Nigerians are taking over their jobs and that Nigerians are venturing into areas that they shouldn't venture into, jobs that are reserved for Ghanaian indigents. And they have also argued otherwise. Tonight we're trying to examine, because we know that government has tried to intervene and has held several meetings with them in a quest to resolve this particular impasse. But we want to find out tonight whether indeed there is an end in sight for this particular impasse. And so tonight we have the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association in the house, Dr. Joseph Abing, who is here. And we also have the president of the Nigerian Traders Association Ghana, also in the house. He's in the person of Mr. Chukwuemeka Naji. Are you related to the popular actress Genevieve Naji?
No, we are not related.
Okay, all right, sure. So let me say welcome to you, gentlemen. And first of all, try to find out from you, Mr. Obing, Dr. Obing. Brothers, Nigeria, Ghana, I mean, we've coexisted beautifully for decades, for several years. I mean, nobody can contest that. How come that, this space where you were supposed to foster some kind of cooperation and unity in order to serve our people is creating a lot of tension between yourselves and your Nigerian brothers and sisters? If you can give us a brief background regarding the genesis of this whole impasse.
Yes, we are indeed brothers who coexist. But we also recognize the fact that nations are built around laws. A nation without law is not a nation, because there will be disorderliness. And that's why we have government and all that, so that every nation will be good in stability. So if there are laws in the country, then they should be enforced so that it will ensure this orderliness that we are talking about. And for our brothers in the sub-region, we have a sub-regional group, ECOWAS, that have gotten the rules and engagement for us to...
Doc, you hold your fire. You would complete your initial submission. I understand they're having problems with your microphone. They are trying to rectify it up there. So whilst you are waiting, let me come to Mr. Chukwuemeka Naji. Can you please draw your microphone a bit close?
Okay.
And, you know, tell me, you know, when your attention was drawn to these issues, you know, from the Ghanaian traders.
All right, we started, you know, receiving this attack from the Gupta since 2007. And we, you know, it came in a different system types and shapes. But in 2007, some of our shops were closed. It was first that we received. We don't know where it comes from.
That was in 2007?
2007. And now we start running head scatter, organizing ourselves, trying to, you know, understand, because every Nigerian that comes to Ghana knows that he's going to his brothers, like we always use, home. And talking about laws, yes, we know there's a law, and we also know there's a right. And we have a free movement for West Africans. We have a right of residence for West Africans. And lastly, right of establishment. This is what some of us may not know, but Nigerians that are here and Ghanaians that are in Nigeria knows this right. And because your rights stop where others started. So the right of establishment is what the Gupta is taking out of us, because it was given to every member of ECOWAS citizens to move into another member state. They have the right to register his business just like the locals, and they have the right to engage in economic activities. You know, same way the locals, the legislations of the locals give them the same mandate. And that is what we are being denied here, based on the agitation from Gupta. And since then, we have been suffering. What we did was to move to ECOWAS to approach them, and we moved to ECOWAS Parliament. They came to Ghana in 2013, and they met with the minister and government personnel. At that point, they also met with our executives, and we were then allowed to register our business, just like Ghanaians. But we did, just few people was able to enter into that window, and they just shut it up. And they stopped registering like Ghanaians. But if you want to register, you register as a foreigner. But understanding we have is that they will not trouble us, that we can register, pay our taxes. Like this quotation from the then Minister of Trade, Honorable Anatete. It says that actions of the Interministerial Task Force is not targeted. It have nothing to do with us, actually, and it's just for other nationals. That we West Africans are expected to meet up with some regulations. It used the word exemption, that we are exempted for, then it was $300,000. We have been exempted.
$300,000 as initial capital.
As initial capital.
If you're investing in Ghana,
yes.
If you're coming to
yeah, before coming.
Yes.
Ghana, okay. So they are not expecting us to invest such amount of money, but they expect us to register our business just like Ghanaian citizens does. And that is what NUTAG did. We continue encouraging our members to register our businesses. But this attack keep on coming. When we start complying to one, another one will come. So Gupta put pressure on the government will react. But you see, until 2018, nothing really from the government happened to us. But after 2018, government gave what they called eviction order. But they could not carry that eviction order because they says there's technicalities they have to deal with, and which we were invited, we discussed it, and then, okay, the next thing that happens after much pressure from Gupta, locking our shops, you know, illegally and all those things. At the end of the day, the government, okay, now position themselves as they are the one locking the shops. Now, what arrangement are you locking the shops now? You have told us we are not meant to bring initial capital of 300,000.
Yes.
But now at this point, they have amended this law in 2013, and it became 1 million. So there's a lot of issues they raise, like where you are, where do you locate, the capital base, how many do you employ, and all these things. We still raise objection that those things we should be exempt from it, because Nigeria does not treat Ghanaians, business people, as a foreigners in Nigeria.
All right, thank you very much. You hold it there. Let me come to Doc. I understand your microphone has been worked on. So you were, giving us the chronology of events as far as this issue is concerned. If we can,
Thank you very much. Yes, we are brothers, and we also recognize that we are living in a global village. But in this village that we are living in, is governed by rules and engagement. We have laws that govern every country. We have immigration laws, even under this global village that we're talking about. So nations are not intertwined. Ghana has its laws, and then these laws have not been adhered to by the foreigners who have to respect this law, and that's the genesis of this problem. But I'm surprised that Chukwu is going back to these old issues, because all these things that he's been saying, we've gone past it, and we've come to what we call a special dispensation for them. If they continue to do that, it will make us also lose faith in what we are doing with them. Because all these things that he's quoting from ECOWAS and all that is so clear. Because you have to, if you say you have the right to establish like locals and all that, it means that you don't even understand. The reason why your even speaker came here and admitted the fact that Ghana have its laws, they have the right to use their laws. Much as Nigeria have its laws and they were using it. And so we should temper justice with mercy. They have made all efforts to come this far where you've been given this dispensation. ECOWAS Commission knew all these things that we're talking about. The lawyers along the sub-regional body knew all these things. They've gone through all these things and they know that you don't have a case. Because if you even have to establish in some one country, you do it under the tenets of the laws in that country before you can even establish. And in our case, once you want to establish here, it says, if you want to come to retail trade, this is what you have to do. Under the ECOWAS dispensation, we have the free movement of goods and services, but it is a movement. We shuttle among the nations, sell our goods, go back, and we have visa freeze and all that. Yes, that's free movement. But it does not tell us that we should relocate en masse to one country. When you want to relocate a country, the mass of it, like in Nigeria, 200 plus people, if they want to relocate to Ghana, there should be rules that will guide them. And this is what they are not trying to understand it. And then the ECOWAS itself dwells on rules of origin, and that it does not give unlimited access to any goods. The goods that we trade in is even limited. That's why we have the ETLS and all that. Even with the Continental Free Trade Area, yes. Okay. Even with the Continental Free Trade Area, it abhors dumping. So even the goods that are permissible to trade in is well couched in the rules of origin. That sometimes even the components of the goods that you can be able to trade in, a certain percentage should be locally made in your country before. So we have even permissible goods as against impermissible goods in this arrangement that we have, because we want to encourage industrialization among ourselves and try everything to prevent dumping from elsewhere. So we have gone past this, and your government have come. Your government is said that you know that you are not qualified under the.
Doc, does the issue really have to do with dumping, or it has to do with they taking your businesses?
No, if you look at the sub-regional bodies laws, because he keep quoting them, and that's what those sub-regional bodies dwell on, the rules of origin, and that it abhors dumping, and that we have to industrialize.
Right.
And that's why under continental free trade, you cannot trade ever from outside the continent under the continental free trade.
Right.
That's what I want to establish, so that it will stop bringing in ECOWAS and then continental free, because the rules and engagement are so clear.
Right.
But when it comes here, it means that if you are operating outside the ECOWAS protocol by not abiding by the rules of origin, this is the law of Ghana, that it restricts you from operating in the retail space. If you want to do retail, they've given you a window of opportunity that you have to invest in $1 million. It's not a cash that you give to GRPC as they speculated wrongly in their country, that you invest in cash or in goods, so that they want to direct you. Because when President Rawlings and his lieutenants brought this law, they were writing the investment laws, and then they wanted to drive investment to more technological know-how areas, more capital-intensive areas, agric mechanization, and all that. And that they said that retail is something for the locals, that you cannot come from your country, rent a small shop, and say that you're an investor. That will even destroy the industrialization drives of our country, because much as our people are trying to manufacture, you will be bringing goods to dump and then to disturb the industrialization drive. So it is so clear. And this place have been a preserve of the Ghanaian. And so I'm surprised that he will be going to that. Now, what we have to dwell on is about the special dispensation, that through incessant pleading by the Nigerian government, that much as they are, according to the law of Ghana, their citizens do not qualify to trade here, we should temper justice with mercy.
We'll come to the special dispensation that you've asked for.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Naji, your shops, are they closed as we speak?
Yes.
They've been closed?
Yes.
And so what are you doing?
We have been eating by grace of God. I don't know how we're doing, because it has been very tough anyway.
How long is it since the shop has been closed?
2nd December 2019 was the first one, and that one affects Sekro and some of the, I think, Ashanti region also. Then 30th November last year affected Abosokai, and there was a recent one. And I tell you, it had been very difficult.
What are the numbers? How many shops do you think have been affected?
The numbers, you know, the circle, when they closed it, we were having about 160 something. But I tell you, without missing a word, over 100 people have left that circle. In fact,
you mean circle in Accra?
Yes.
Okay.
The last information I received is that we can't get Nigerians up to 10 shops that are actually closed to wait for opening. That most of the shops have been handed over to locals, some have been forcefully taken, and a lot of time. And the Abosokai is a different terrain, so it's also been managed that way. We haven't had much attacks apart from the closure. Right. So it's closed, and everybody, agree on that. It's closed since that November, almost a year now. Ashanti is having a lot of challenges as well. The locals' attack is keep on in different shape, but then all the same, the people, because take it or leave it, just like he said, this is not Nigeria, here is Ghana. So Ghanaians still have that upper hand in doing things. And just like he's saying, we have bypassed all this. But the truth of the matter is that we have never fought with them. We keep on receiving attack, and we have not even gone to the extent of saying we are defending ourselves in a few force. And we have given them that kind of respect. But the problem is that it seems like they don't seem to have the pity or the treating the whole thing with mercy. It doesn't the justice with mercy, especially Guta. The president here locked the shop about 2-3 weeks ago, and I called him. He
locked two shops.
He locks shops.
Okay.
In where area?
I thought the shops were being locked by the Committee on Retail Trade.
No.
Foreign retail trade.
The first one, the recent one is being locked by Guta. And I have been begging him to open those shops since his organization is the one who locked it. But still have not opened it. In fact, to the extent they weld it. They weld it.
Where do you derive your mandate from?
I think our brother should appreciate the efforts that recently
that you locked the shop.
Excuse me, the efforts that we are making, even as an association, because we've given a lot of concession. When their government came here, pleaded continuously with our government that we should temper justice with mercy. You will remember that even they proposed that we set up a joint council for the two nations and all that.
Right.
All in the week to bring bridges up. So our government also have called us, Guta, to plead with us to at least give some of our right out. And we've been able to do this. When he was talking, he said that we were not merciful on them. And it is not fair because we've gone far than previously when we said no to everything. Now we started sobering up, engaging with you, being brotherly. So I want him to depart from that era.
But
so that
as we speak, their shops have been closed. Do you have
I made a specific case. I didn't say general.
Please, when the government pleaded with this and then the concessions were made, a joint committee were formed. And then there's a terms of reference in this committee. This the special dispensation was duly launched at Elisa, with all the countries present, their reps.
What does the special dispensation entail?
Yeah, the special dispensation is giving our brothers from Nigeria the opportunity that those who have been here before 2020 should have the opportunity to do their trading. They bring their documents, and when it is cleared that you are qualified under the dispensation, you do your trading and then take your time to regularize with the GIPC, and then you peacefully coexist with this. And those who came here after 2020, the law is strictly going to be applied, and that they should be taken off. And then those people who are in the hawking and trading in kiosks and store, those people do not even qualify. But those who are in shops, who have rented properly shops. And this is what the dispensation give, so that maybe you have a tenancy agreement for some time, you can use it, and whilst here, you take your time. Because don't forget, that first we were not even allowing, because the law have been broken by you. And so when the law catches up on you, you have to just pack and leave to other sectors in the economy, because the other sectors of the economy do not debar you from any activity. It's only the trading sector. Normally when they are talking, they say that we want to sack them. About over 80% of Nigerians who are staying here are doing their work legitimately. They are very happy. Their children who are going to school. Everybody is very happy here. So it shouldn't be that this the trade law that has caught up on few of our brothers from Nigeria should create any unnecessary tension between the two nations. It is not true. Only that the law should be respected. So you said that having given the concession, having the joint committee having been established, they told you to bring your documents. And they pleaded for time that they are going to bring these documents so that the committee, which is co-chaired by their a rep from their country, to scrutinize and then give you this special dispensation. When the time was due for you to present the document, you said that you could not comply with the special dispensation, the terms of reference there, and that you want to be a coexistent with the locals, and that you have the same right like the locals. And that infuriated our people, that these people are taking us for a ride for way too long. And that's what they came back to the task force to continue with the roadmap because they told the joint committee that they could not comply. Because they, like my brother said in the committee, he said that when they do that, they will be stabbing the back of the other people who do not fall under the special dispensation. And this is not fair, because it does mean you want to dictate the pace for the country.
All right, so
you understand? And that's why the shops were closed. And then, but you were saying that what right and all that.
Yeah, no, I asked where you drive your mandate from.
Yes.
As good.
Excuse me.
Because I thought that you have reported to the appropriate authorities.
This is a question I never.
And then take the action.
Yes.
But it does appear as it is now that you are taking the laws into your own hands.
No, we have never done that. And those who have taken the laws into their hands are the law enforcers. Those who have to enforce the laws, who are not enforcing it, they've taken the law into their hands, which is not fair. Those who have taken the laws into their hands are the recalcitrant foreigners who know that this A, B, C, D that you have to do and you are not doing, and they've taken the law into their hands and flouting the laws, and then staying there, abusing the law. They are the people who are not doing the right thing. It's not us who are prompting government that do this, and that these shops have to be closed. We are doing the right thing. And so, but now, what we are even reached at this stage, at our last meeting, that's why he shouldn't have brought even the closure of the shops. Because now it is not the mandate of GUTA, and all the shops that have been closed have been transferred to the retail committee. That's what have been instructed. GUTA have been instructed
Committee
to do.
on
Foreign trade.
Okay.
And so they are taking over the closed shops and all that. So if you have
so what you are telling me, what you are telling us, Doc, is that you have locked the shops and you have handed the keys to the committee.
Yeah, because the committee is doing exercise, and that whoever qualifies under the special dispensation, then they will open their shops for them. So the committee have taken it over. And so if he has, because he has access, every access to this committee, and he is a member of the joint committee. And so he knows everything that is happening. So now we do not oversee those shops, the shops, and we are even not going to do that again, because now there's a permanent committee that is going to deal with this, and we have the joint committee that is being represented by their country. So now it's more formalized, and then being guided by the special dispensation that has been given or handed over to them on silver platter by the President of the Republic, for which they have to appreciate. Because the President cannot go against the law and set up laws in the country.
Mr. Naji, I understand you were asked to furnish the committee with a list of your membership, which you failed to do. Is that right?
No, that is not right. Everything happens for a reason and a reason. First of all, my boss, I call him my boss because I'm a trader and he is Traders Union president. In fact, he breaks some, kind of deals that I also benefit from. Apart from he locking my shop, every other thing is fine.
You are referring to Doc? Okay.
I'm referring to Doc.
Right.
Apart from the shop that he locks, when he fight government to give us our benchmark, that one is good.
It benefits you.
I like that.
Yeah.
But in other means, you see, the whole thing is this. Doc is the one who is holding the knife and the yam here. If he cut you small, you chop. If not, you just whatever. We're not arguing. I'm not challenging him, and I'm making it very clear. As a citizen from a sister country, we came here with a very clean heart. We are here to work, and we are working. The Nigerians doing business here does not benefit only Nigerians. We employ Ghanaians, we work with Ghanaians, we help each other. However, the problem here is this. The conditions keep on changing. And that is what you don't want me to go back on, and I don't want to go back on it as well. Where we are now is that they have agreed for us, because initially, actually, the concession when it was given, the GUTA did not allow us to actually benefit from it. Because what they say, okay, you bring your tenant agreement. When it finishes, you go. And some people don't pay for longer years. people pay yearly. So if you say I should bring my tenancy agreement and we're at the end of the year, then when you finish, why should I bring it? Because I know it's already done. So, and I cannot renew, I cannot re-rent. That was the first stand. It was when we came to another meeting that it says, okay, we're asking for tenancy agreement because we want to see the time you have or give you a time so that you can comply with the rules. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. If I told that I brought it and it's going to expire in next month, and I key into regularizing the documents that are demanded, maybe they will have mercy for me to finish. It's fair enough to compare when it was said that you have no, you won't have option of renew of your tenancy, or you have option of renting in another. So it means that you should go. And we say we will not submit on that note. If they want to, they can do whatever they want without getting our concept. I think that is my stand then. Because what did I have to tell the government to do? Government have the right to do whatever. They need my head for dinner. It's just a distance between the one who will cut the head and the pot. What can I do as a person? However, things have changed. Doc came up with a nice option, and we said, okay, fine. I started then calling my members to submit the documents. And I tell you, the documents that they need will be submitted. We have already started. And I believe we are going to give as number. In fact, all the shops, like when they said dispensation of time, I said, listen, those who were locked last year, we all qualified. Why not open and let them take the document as they're opening it? They said, no, we should go and collect it. Now, we have an issue. Some could not bring at some, all these things because people have gone home. And some have left the country, actually, because there's no business they're doing, so they have to stay out of trouble, which is better. So now that they're giving us the opportunity to bring our document, we are supplying documents. So we didn't refuse to.
There are those who feel that your inability to submit the list of your membership is a calculated attempt to impede the work of the committee.
That is option people have. Everybody is entitled to his own opinion. But that is not true. It's not. I'm not calculating anything. Even when he said that we said that we should give us time to bring documents, that is not what I said. I don't want to go in details of what happened, but the whole thing is that we were also trying to understand how, because when they bring the terms of reference, asking, that's where we have problem. And everything from 1 to 5 is identify, identify, identify. I said, what are you identifying? You already have this number. The Inter-Ministerial Task Force have collected our document more than twice. Before they said they're checking who qualify, and they came. And everybody complied. We give them documents. The next thing is that they lock the shops after some time. Then when we went to them, they said we should bring another document. We copy again and send. And those documents that were sent those days, we haven't heard anything from them. So when I raised the issue that you have our document, they said, no, that people are the same. I said, okay, fine. Then we bring another one. So we don't have any problem bringing documents. We have been bringing documents. Ask him, the other guy said that he has over 600 registered this thing with him. He can supply it if they need. They say, no, we should bring new one. Now we're bringing new one, so it's not a problem.
Right. Mr. Chukwuemeka Naji is the president of the Nigerian Traders Association, Ghana, and Dr. Joseph Obing is the president of the Ghana Union Traders Association, GUTA. We're discussing tonight the trade tension between Nigerian traders and their Ghanaian counterparts, GUTA, and whether there is actually a solution in sight to this impasse. We'll be back shortly.
Goil makes good things happen. This time, Goil has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. Goil Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. Goil Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. Goil Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. Goil has that sorted. Goil, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Impressive factory. If only I had listened to you, I wouldn't have been in this mess. That devastating fire virtually wiped out the whole factory and my warehouse.
Remember my misfortunes last year? Serene Insurance Asset All Risk Fire policy that I took were there to pay for my damaged stocks in the warehouse. And my machines that were affected by the floods have been replaced. My accident vehicle is back on the road thanks to Serene Insurance motor policy. Currently, my goods are on the IC covered with their marine cargo insurance policy. I was just telling Ajima about Serene Insurance.
Oh, Ajima,
tell him more.
As a road contractor, I make sure I do my contractors all risk insurance for the project and then workers' compensation for all the workers on site. With Serene Insurance, they will make sure they will cover your unknown tomorrow today.
Serene Insurance, a new face of insurance. Call us now.
All right, so you're welcome back. I will move straight to Dr. Obing and then find out from you. He rightly alluded to the fact that their shops have been closed at the moment. Some of them have left, others are still around, trying to juggle around and see how best this impasse can be resolved. From your side, when do you think that we can have a resolution, absolutely, to this matter?
Yeah, the resolution is in sight. As we've given a concession, as we've started talking, because before there was no way we would sit down with NUTAC and talk. Now we've gone past.
That means they would have been kata all over the place.
Yeah, we've made some concessions. We are talking around the concessions to see how best we can have some respite for some of them, and then those who do not qualify, we all help to flush them out so that we can have our peace. And then we make the laws also work from hand, and that's what we are seeking. And I pray that they also comply with anything that they are told to do. Because after all, we could have said that you do not comply, just pack off from the retail space. Now a dispensation has been given to you. So you have to even be happy. So that when we tell you to bring documents and you run away from documentation, it means that you have something to hide. Because every indemnity or what do you call amnesty from any country, they give it to those who are law-abiding, isn't it? So that if they want to give amnesty to our brothers from Nigeria, your documents have to be scrutinized to see that you are in good faith with the country, that we are doing the right things.
Doc, they said they are not running away. Maybe they are just being
because
they are being strategic.
No, what's strategic? It means that you don't want to comply with the laws of the country. If your father tells you to do something and you say you are going to be strategic, what are you trying to infer? That you don't respect the directives of your government. In this case, it's not by one government, it's by two governments, because it's a joint committee. So you have to oblige by the terms of reference there, because we cannot live by your terms, because already you have gone against the law. And so how can you say that we should go by your terms? Nobody will do that. And I will not lead my people to
those who believe that you should give a human face, premised on the fact that we have Ghanaians who are also in Nigeria trading.
Oh, Nigerians, if they have their law, I've already told you, we are living in civility. We have to be civilized.
and that we have to be governed by laws. So if Nigeria have its laws that any migrant do, and that if you are against it, they have to apply the law. Otherwise, it's not a country. We have to live in civility, and every civilized nation is being governed by laws. That's why we have peaceful nations, Switzerland and all that. We go there because everything is being well followed. And that's what it should happen in Africa,
Doc,
not only in Ghana.
Doc, you do agree that yes, the laws of Ghana stipulate that the retail trade area is specifically for Ghanaians.
Yeah.
Now, if the law says if I am a foreigner and I'm coming in, I must have an initial capital of $1 million. You know, in our circumstances,
But there's a reason for that.
it's not possible.
It's not possible.
It was 300,000.
No, I'm surprised that you are asking this question.
It was 300,000,
Let
and
me
now
tell
it's
you,
1 million.
It was 300,000, and then it came up to 1 million.
So
you know why?
if I am a Nigerian and I'm coming with some good fabrics to come and sell, maybe some 100,000 naira kind of thing.
No. That's what you've gotten it wrong. If you're trading in the goods that are produced in Nigeria, you don't have to show a dime. You don't have to show any $1.
Where is it in their law?
Excuse me.
Mr. Naji, hold your fire. I'll come to you.
No problem.
Yeah, because the GRPC law is a general law for foreigners. Then we have the ECOWAS law that tells us that we should do free movement of goods and services, but it dwells on the rules of origin. That's why Nigeria, they say that other members, member states are abusing the rules of origin. The fact that they are transshipping goods that are not made in their countries and send it into Nigeria to destroy their local initiative for productivity. And this is what they said. And that rice that is being grown in Nigeria is not being bought because people bring it from Thailand and transship it through Benin and elsewhere into their country. They made this case to ECOWAS protocol, ECOWAS Parliament. And ECOWAS Parliament granted them because the rules of engagement dwells on the rules of origin, which says that we should trade in the goods. That's why there's ETLS. Mind you, the ETLS gives the goods that we can trade in. But even that the ECOWAS Parliament itself have made, that this is the permissible goods that we should trade in. Nigeria have even shortlisted over 40 items and said that this area we are doing good and we will not allow even that it is permissible from under Ghana. ECOWAS protocol. Nobody fought with them. Is it that they are giant and that they have to bully their way through this? It's not fair. And they have it, even as I'm speaking. And so it means that Nigeria have every right under its sovereignty to do anything that will protect its people. We are not talking about morality, that we are tampering mercy like you are doing. We are not in a church.
Giving a human face.
In a church, do they do this? That if we have a set of engagement, rules that we have to follow, we do not say that this person looks like a poor person, so he should abuse the law. We are talking about law. So, to tell the truth, I don't like that approach. Because the rules and engagement should be followed so that ECOWAS will be successful, Ghana as a sovereign country will be successful, Continental Free Trade Area should be successful. When we met with His Excellency Wankele, he said that his main preoccupation, his main problem, the abuse of the rules of origin, and that if you do not control it, the whole Continental Free Trade Area will be a sham. Because we have to dwell on the goods that we are producing. Otherwise, people will even come under the guise of assembling some products. And then they will bring everything from Asia and just assemble them, and then it qualifies under this thing. That's why even under the rules of origin, you have to bring about 60% of the goods that are raw materials that are local oriented. So even it is a dicey one. You know that. You've been questioning this. And we haven't even finished with the rules of origin. Because they want goods that are only permissible. And that nobody should come. Our brothers are bringing goods left, right from China, Asia, and all that. The last time that the task force went to Kumasi, about 90% of the goods that they have brought to Swami magazine were found to be unwholesome. That's the report that was
substandard.
That was the report that a standard board gave. The report is still with standard board. You are a journalist, you can contact them, and they have it. And is this what we call investment, or we should temper justice with mercy for them to destroy the economy of Ghana by importing, even as the locals? How many times have you not heard that we import too much? Have you not heard? Whenever the budget is being read, our economists will say that because the locals bring everything, even including too fake. It's because they want to discourage overdumping into our country. And so if there's a law that debars a foreigner from bringing these dumping goods, and then we are enforcing it, and then somebody will say that is not a good
Okay. So you just heard him. He says some of your members import substandard products into the country. And I also want to find out from you, I asked him the same question, I'll put that to you, whether you think that there's an end in sight to this impasse as your shops have been closed and you're running around to ensure that they are opened. From your engagement so far with the powers that be, with the committee, with the GUTA members and all that leadership, do you think that there's an end in sight?
Yes, I think it had been ended. We're actually at the end road. If, of course, I know he will keep his word. My boss, he told me that GUTA will not lock our shops again. I think he said that yeah. So, having said that, I'm not sure we're going to have another attack again. And if it would not have another attack, it means it will be ended. And I thank him so much for that. And I'm happy that we have achieved this together. You know, everything he says, I'm not going to bother to reply, but I want to reshape some of his thoughts and mind, if he will agree to me. What Nigeria stopped is not an importation of rice into the country. They want to stop smuggling. If anybody smuggle goods to Ghana, even if it's a shipload, and they caught him, I will not wake up to even answer his call because I will not support that. I myself, I pay duty. And I encourage all Nigerian traders to pay duty. And any goods that pass through port and is assessed and duty have been collected, it's not categorized as a dumping. The government have taken the taxes, and that is clear. It's very different from what he's saying. Therefore, Nigeria prohibited list does not target any particular individual or country. And I always ask them, what is Ghana sending to Nigeria that have been returned based on the fact that it's prohibited? Because we are having an issue here. You use like Asian coming to assemble something that may not be the best. Sometimes what he is fighting is the same Asia that will also transload goods from here, because the warehouses that are built at the end of Nigeria border are not built by Beninese. They were built by Asians. And you see, if we don't take time, we now fight for people. If we create, my fight is different, that I want to stay and have what? Ends meet. Not like what he said he needed. He said there's a prohibited that if you, what are you sending to Nigeria? Because I asked my boss, what is that? He says any goods that pass ETLS is accepted in Nigeria. And ETLS is ECOWAS Trade Liberation Scheme that allows the country to, let me give one instance that happened where this issue is also raised. There's a time a tomato paste was sent from Ghana to Nigeria. And it was investigated that that does not meet the standard. That paste was granted overseas, brought to Ghana, and packaged it in can. And even the can was imported. Something does not meet that ETLS standard. So if you say it shouldn't come, you have not done any wrong. The same thing, I don't think there's any goods that is coming from Nigeria that you have stopped and anybody have raised eyebrow if it does not meet the standard. Because as you talk about law, everybody is actually obeying laws. But treaties and agreements also should have to be obeyed.
Right.
They understand, and he knows what I'm talking about. So whichever thing that have happened, we are trying to cooperate with them in movement.
Right.
I'm not sure that we're not going to have any hurdles anywhere. We are going to cooperate in as much as I'm pleading with him and this state that he should allow us to cooperate. Because they have started raising another issue which will not help us.
Which is what issue?
He made mention of obeying like Switzerland and things. You can't just tell someone to bring document in one day. It doesn't work that way. So when we start bringing our document, he said we shouldn't bring more, but I'm sure he doesn't mean it. So by the time we're going to meet, I'm going to load you with another document. So now we're telling our members to bring, because some of them have traveled. I remember one guy I called him, I haven't seen him. He said, yes, he's in Nigeria. I said, where is the document? He said, he don't know where to find it now. Okay, he's calling the GRA guy to see whether he can copy it and bring it. So that kind of thing. The problem is many people have left, and we're now calling them now to submit, because they actually met the categories that are going to benefit from the concession.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So at this juncture, my producer tells me we can activate the phone lines for you to call in. The number to dial is 020-552-8353, 020-552-8353. You can call in and contribute to the discussion. Now, we'll move to some messages. You'd want to say something, but all right, let me take these and then I'll come to you. This one says, Ghanaians are ungrateful to their country. They sell their goods very expensive, and the Nigerians sell theirs very cheap. So because of making much, they accuse the Nigerians of taking their businesses because they want to contribute cheating. They want to continue cheating their own countrymen. This one is from Gilbert Nuto from Teshinungwa. Thank you very much, Gilbert. This one says, my name is Dan from Mile 7. My concern is the Nigeria traders. They don't respect the Ghanaian as a chairman. When we will stay in Nigeria, when we went to stay in Nigeria, did they give us that opportunity to trade in Nigeria? And even they don't employ the Ghanaians here in Ghana. How many Ghanaians have shops in Nigeria such as they have in Ghana? Well, they say you guys sell very expensive, and the Nigerians are relatively cheaper. And say they promise to, they want to patronize them. But we'll take these ones. But let's welcome Daniel from La, onto the discussion. It's called into the show. Hello, good evening, Daniel.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Please flow.
I want to make some small contribution towards this show. So the Ghana government are even giving the Nigeria the chance to even discuss this matter. They close the border. When they close the border, didn't we plead with them? I prayed to Nigeria with perishable goods. All my goods perished. They did not open the border till COVID. I don't know what is wrong with Ghana government. Our laws are there. Simple as ABC. This is our laws. If you qualify, you can come. If you don't qualify, go. But you have given them even the chance to discuss. Did they give us the chance to even discuss? And this Ghana man is the Ghanaian, the leader of the Ghanaian this thing. I think it's also talking soft lies. They want to soften some of the laws for them. No law should be softened. The laws should remain like that. Because the Nigerians are even wicked. They close the border. No, they don't open it because they say they are enforcing their law. Why? Do they want us to change our law? Or do they want us to rule us or what? My friend, I think the problem is from Ghana government.
Right.
Because if deploy police people to fight this, will even come and see them and discuss something? That's our laws. Just forget. We shouldn't keep long in talking about this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daniel. We are appreciative of your call. Your message is loud and clear. I don't know what you would want to say about it.
Thank you very much. First, I want to talk about the document issue that we gave them just a small time. We started in May 31st.
On May 31st?
Which
year? 2021?
It's not true.
2021.
It's
not true, please.
Excuse me. Where they knew about this terms of reference and all that.
No.
When we start the joint committee work,
August
at the first sitting, we told them to produce this document, and then they are, because the only problem is that probably they don't take the sovereignty of Ghana serious, the state of Ghana serious, because they think they can just do anything, and then we gave them time over time. Even they came and they have the courage to say that they will not comply with the special. Excuse me, the guy talked about our produce being higher.
Yes.
That is the most unfortunate thing. This is one
Doc,
thing that I will plead with Ghanaians.
We'll come to that. We'll come to that. Let's go into the phone lines and go straight to Aplao and welcome Atta. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
I'm well, by His grace. I trust you're doing well too.
Enjoying your program.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I wouldn't have called in, but with reference to the last caller,
yes,
I wanted to correct him on one issue.
Okay.
Yeah, the first issue is that Nigerians did not close their border because of Ghanaians. Nigerians closed their border based on the security issues that Nigeria is facing. Because Togo, Benin, and Ghana has been a transit point of weapons to Nigeria. It's one of the major causes Nigerians close their border, not based on trade relationship or anything. And secondly, Nigerians coming to Ghana to live and to do their business. You understand? Ghanaians have this sentiment that once you are a Nigerian man, you are a criminal, which is wrong. I have a lot of Ghanaians living in Abuja, residents there, teaching our children. Some of them have businesses. Nobody disturbs them based on laws and everything. Any Ghanaian who moves away from here down to Nigeria to do any business, nobody cares for you. So Ghanaians have that kind of hatred for Nigerians. Based on some of our brothers who are here doing all those internet frauds and prostitutions and everything, it seems every Nigerian.
No, Atta, when you say Ghanaians have hatred for Nigerians, I wouldn't take that because I know we have coexisted all this while. So if there's an element of tension between the two trade unions, we don't generalize that and say Ghanaians have hatred for Nigerians.
Yeah.
That I won't take it on the show, please.
This is ungratefulness.
These people are saying.
Excuse me.
Don't go on that tangent, please.
These are some of the ungrateful.
To be fully blown on this show. No, Doc, please.
Ghanaians staying here.
Let's be civil in this discussion, please.
Oh, please.
Let's not go on this tangent. I've told him that we won't take what he has said because you don't promote that. It's on the show. No, we won't allow it.
Yeah, so, but we have to talk to the issue that
let's get back to your issue about Ghanaians selling your goods quite expensive, and Nigerians doing their, selling their.
It's very unfortunate, and the whole thing is psychological, and it's working against us, because for some reason they've come to understand or to be convinced that goods that are coming from our brothers are cheaper. It is not true.
Yeah,
and then they are also having a psychological problem on the Chinese aspect, because we travel to China and buy goods from Chinese. So if a Chinese is having a shop here, it means that the Chinese that we are traveling to is here himself, and that his goods is. And these are all the things that is working against the Ghanaian trader. So they do not even assess the quality that they are buying to compare the prices. They do not even go to the Chinese shop, come back to my shop. I went to the China mall, and the cars that are sold there, the goods that they were buying, I hope you have attested to this. The prices, the goods are cheap quality, very inferior, and the price is even higher than the quality that I'm selling. And this is psychological. And I played with our brothers in Ghana that they should start comparing the prices, the quality and all that, and then they will respect that the Ghanaians are doing marvelously well than these people, because they are trooping to their shops. They are taking undue advantage over them.
All right. So let's go to Kasua and welcome Malik onto the phone lines. Malik. Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm also following your program, and I think I'm interested in your discussion.
Thank you very much indeed.
I think what the second caller did is very wrong, because there are lots of Nigerians in Ghana who are working hard. We understand they are not causing any problems in Ghana, but those involving themselves in internet fraud and other stuff are the ones giving them the bad name, because most of these retailers other Nigerians working by the roadside, they mind their business. We've seen them in Kasua, they are here. But I have one problem with the Guta people in Kasua. We want to know, why do they take compensation, I say compensation or a token, when they lock their shop to open it up for them?
You're talking about the dispensation,
Yeah, because if you lock someone's shop and you ask the person to show some document that proves that he has followed our laws and have done the due process to work, shouldn't open it up for him. Let him provide it. They charge a certain amount of money to open it for them to work, which we are against that. Let the law work. There shouldn't be any consideration. You allow them to work for some time, come again in a couple of months, lock them up, go behind closed door, do certain discussion, take some money from them, open it up again. It doesn't make sense. We don't hate Nigerians. If you know you're not allowed the law to work as a Guta union, then don't lock them up.
Right.
Sit behind closed door.
You've made your point, Malik.
And
thank you very much indeed.
Malik,
thank you very much. Thank you, Malik.
Malik, I thank you for this point. With that Kaswa issue, it has come to me, and then I'll open up an investigation on it. So thank you for reminding me. Now, let me also, the reason why I use the word ungrateful and all that is it was not negative. So if I do not clear it, and then because you also said that we want to have a civilized system, because you know how civil I am. But it is very unfair that we know in Ghana that over 80%, 90% of our brothers, Nigerians staying here, they are having everything. They are enjoying the Ghanaian hospitality, except one area of retail law that affects them. Then they will start throwing all this mud on us. It's not fair. You go to real estate, you go to our education, you go to our banks and all that. They are having even the bigger chunk of the national cake. And they should appreciate it. And appreciate Ghanaians. And then we even have to tell the good story to their country people. Right. Well, our law says this, and they have to respect it. And we even have gone our way to give concession. Our president pleaded with this because he knew that he cannot go against the law that is enshrined in the Constitution. Right. And so we have to plead, and they have to be appreciative of that. Right. And that's why I was talking about that.
All right, let's go on to the phone lines and go straight to Medina and welcome Frank onto the show. Good evening, Frank.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for calling in, sir. Please flow.
Hello?
Yes. Please flow, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. To the Guta president, one issue is that, they think they have maybe some superior morality to protect the consumer. But one thing is that also in an attempt to drive Nigerians or foreigners out, Ghanaian traders are going to monopolize the market. They always want to do things that will favor them. But what about the consumer? And if the consumer decides to buy from someone else, it's not up to the association to decide what the consumer wants. It's the consumer who decides what he wants to buy. So if he chooses to buy from the foreigner,
right,
they should stop this idea of what they are buying from the foreigner is cheaper and all those things. That one is not up to a third party to decide.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Hold it. No, he's not that way. He's done that.
The consumer who is supposed to decide or make a choice whom I want to buy from. Okay.
Thank you. Frank, we are grateful to you. You've made your point. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, Frank says the consumer has the right to choose who he wants to buy from, what quality he wants to buy, and all that.
So we thank them. But those who are also grateful to Ghanaians and they are enjoying the quality and then the affordability of our goods are also buying. And that's all that we are seeking from our brothers from Nigeria or from China is that they should abide by the laws of the country. When they have they've done that, then they can decide to share. They can decide to give free of their goods to people like my brother who called. They can give the goods even out for free. But what we are saying is that they have to abide by the laws. And then when they abide by the laws of the country, that preserve the retail forest or that give them some caveat to do some trading. After that, they will say that they are Father Christmas. So they are selling all their goods to Ghanaians. We don't have any issue with that. But let me tell you, Ghanaians who also can decipher the products and know well.
Examine
They come and then trace for quality, and they get their good service. The same way that he's talking, somebody also called into another station and said that he was strict in the first time that these people, our brothers' goods are cheaper. And then when he went to use the product, less than 1 week, the product was spoiled. So he may not have that testimony, but another person is having that testimony who has been warned to come back to us to buy from us.
I'll play the devil's advocate here, and I would want to perhaps say that maybe it's not all of them. Some of them selected. I mean, it shouldn't be generalized. That every Nigerian sells.
But is it every Ghanaian? Is it every Ghanaian that they think that is selling?
We're not being fair to them.
No, but is it fair?
It's selected. Some of them, not all of them.
Is it fair for our own Ghanaian brothers to also assume that all the goods that is being sold by Ghanaians are exorbitantly high? It is also not fair. You should have said that.
All right.
You should have said that.
Okay, so
is it fair?
Mr.
Yes.
Mr. Naji, I have a question for you. So when I come back, I will go onto the phone lines and welcome Osman. When I come back, I'll give that to you and then you respond. Yes, good evening, Osman.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please go ahead. Hello, Osman. Okay. I think we've lost Osman. I understand he's gone. This one says, good evening, Ken. I would like to find out from the Nigerian president of traders if they have Ghanaians in Nigeria who have registered their companies in Nigeria and are trading like the Nigerians are doing here in Ghana. This one is from Philments. I think Philments is from Tema. Thank you very much indeed. I'll take your response.
Without wasting any time, the answer is yes. There are so many Ghanaians that are in trading sector. In fact, I checked and I find out that to register a business in Nigeria, you need only the minimum capital is 120,000 Ghana cedis.
120,000 Ghana cedis.
Less than 20,000.
What's the equivalent? Is it dollars or cedis?
I'm talking about naira. It's
naira.
Less than
120,000 naira.
No, 120,000 cedis. It's
and
10 million naira actually in naira.
That's okay.
So it's let's say $20,000.
$20,000.
And this is made for anybody, foreigners or locals.
Okay.
Now
hold it. Let me pick Marco Poku from Abeka, who is our last caller, and then I would come to you for that response. Mark, good evening, sir. Is Opoku?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Thank you. Please flow.
Yes, sir.
Let me pick Marco Poku from Abeka, who is our last caller, and then I would come to you. Mark, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Good evening, Mark. Please.
Sir.
Good evening.
Okay. Nigeria for Brad bi wɔ opera hɔ yɛfrɛ no Paul ɔkɔ Nigeria sɛ ne Sunday a ɔkɔ bie shop wɔ Nigeria hɔ nom adeɛ te sɛ adeɛ te Monday na ɔma bu shop no ne awia mu nneɛma nyinaa Nigeria Ghana fo a ɛkui ha nom kɔ Nigeria treatment a ɔmde ma ɔmo wɔ Nigeria hɔ nom no ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa o.
How recent is this? Is what is?
You know, Nigeria for no, they were almost near to market around there. Yes, we know almost market one more.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Mark, thank you very much indeed. Yeah. He spoke in tree. He said, so a trader, one Ghanaian opened the shop in Nigeria, and by the following day, before they could say Jack, the shop had been, demolished, destroyed.
It's not true. It's not true. And if they say it's true, I'm betting with Doc. Let us investigate it. And if we have it that is true, that perpetrators of such acts will be brought to book.
Right.
Do you know one thing? You see, when I came here, I realized that some people, some individuals, because Ghanaians are very loving people, and a lot of them were friends who grew up and we love them and they love us. But there are some set of people who, create scenarios like something that doesn't happen on this world. Issue of like we're selling inferior product. It's not true. Ghanaians used to go to Nigeria to buy goods. And some are still buying from now. And we still buy the same product they're buying from China. In fact, this is not a trade, it's not just, our trade program. It's all that things I would have, if we have a time, we'll tell you a lot of differences in this. So if we come to quality, I think, and I have to tell you this, every Nigerian who is in Ghana have it in the back of mind that he's selling goods to any Ghanaian and it's not good, you are in for trouble. And the product that I'm selling If you complain that it has any defect, I'd ask my workers to change it. Some of them are not even a problem, but problem of operation. I said, change it for him. I don't want trouble. And most of us are like that. So if you say we're selling low quality, it's not true. Now, I want us to understand that for the fact that maybe we come from Nigeria and we are Ghanaians, doesn't make us lesser or you bigger, or you lesser, we bigger. We should be understanding that we trade ourselves. Like, if I'm selling your product, I can come for your product, you can come for mine. So we're using the same mind to do things. A lot of lies have been flies around. Just like issue, they say they're selling high price. It's not true too.
Right.
There are some of the products that we sell, their own is even cheaper, and so on and so forth.
All right, that's fine. So let me come to you. There's a question for you, Dr. Obing. This one says, please ask the Guta man how, if they have also locked, please ask him if they have also locked Chinese and Lebanese shops, since they are also doing the same retail business.
Yeah, the recent one, they closed most of the Chinese shops at Okanshi, Opera Square, and around. And then most of them also came with their even legal teams and all that. When we proved to them why they cannot trade there, even they have now come to the realization that what they were doing was wrong. Because even if you're a foreigner and you get this thing, the GIPC certificate, all right, because most of them came flaunting the GIPC certificate, and then they were found not to even have done the right thing, because they are supposed to even employ 20 people. Some of them have only 8. Some of them, when you because they will give you some 6 months to regularize to get the 20 workers, because when they give you the certificate, they expect that you are now going to establish, and so 6 months you should have gotten. Some of them are 4 years and they haven't even employed 10 people. It means that they are not obeying, they are not going strictly by the law. And then when they give you this certificate, they have to tell you to go to another place outside the market, because even if you qualify with GIPC certificate, you do not have to stay inside the market. So they give you a place, maybe or whatever, to go and trade. And most of them have been directed. But let me tell you,
Doc, we don't have enough
please,
time.
let me finish with this. With the Nigerians, Ghanaians being in Nigeria, and we also having shops and all that, we don't have any shop there.
You have.
When we are doing this, they went to Nigeria specifically and categorically to go and find out, please.
I understand
to
our
go
time
and
is
find
up. We have
out
to
those
wrap up, yes.
Ghanaians who are trading.
So this is how we draw the curtain on tonight's edition of Iron Port here on Metropolitan Television. We've been discussing the trade impasse between Nigeria and Ghanaian traders, and we've had in the studios Mr. Chukwuemeka Naji, who is the president of the Nigeria Traders Association Ghana, and Dr. Joseph Obing, who is the president of Ghana Union of Traders Association Guta. We are grateful to you, gentlemen, for coming tonight. Next week, God willing, we shall come your way again with another wonderful edition of Iron Port here on Metro TV. Much thanks to our sponsors, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Goyle Company Limited, Ghana Revenue Authority, Serene Insurance, and Ghana Link Network Services, operators of the Integrated Customs Management System. My name is Kennedy Mona. The abridged version of the show is aired on Ghana Television every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Have a super week ahead.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
Do not drop that winners. The fight is still very pivotal in the fight against. Call and expect today.